Hello, Ashutosh, and
Hi.
let me officially welcome you to the first and inaugural edition of Maintenance Analytics Summit here in Stockholm, in Sweden. It's a pleasure having you with us today. So before we go on with further questions, can you please tell us more about your background, your area of expertise?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for inviting me to take the talk. It's a pleasure. My background is bachelor's in electronics from India, actually. So I studied my bachelor's and then started working with ABB in automation, with automation of process for industries like oil and gas, steel manufacturing. So I still remember my first project was my first project was with Tata Steel in India, where I was on site for 1 year, working almost 8 to 12 hours every day. So it was very hectic. And after that, I wanted to get into safety and reliability since I worked on field, worked with industrial processes. So then I took my master's in Trondheim in NTNU. I took it in reliability, availability, maintainability, and safety. It's a 2-year master program. And after that, I started with Karsten Moholt to venture into predictive maintenance and IIoT. So Karsten Moholt wanted to invest more towards sensors and predictive maintenance technologies in general.
Very important on the topic.
To keep up with the digitalization.
Okay, so Ashutosh, predictive maintenance is surely lately one of the most talked about topics when it comes to asset management and to maintenance. And according to you, where do you see the biggest challenges when it comes to deploying data into bringing value for the maintenance? And what is stopping companies from this approach? You will not deny that it's really challenging. It's both developing and it's stagnating somewhere.
Of course, yes. I see that the three biggest challenges. So first of all, the data itself. So a lot of people have not either have not been collecting data or have been collecting data and storing it in unstructured format. So it's very difficult to get started with that. The second problem is the culture of the organization. So digitalization is bringing on change in the organizations, and nobody likes change. So so until unless it's benefiting them. So people are afraid that they will lose their jobs to automation and digitalization. So they are kind of afraid to share their knowledge, to move forward in these digital projects. And I see the third problem is skill set. Since we are moving towards more data-driven solutions, you need people who have knowledge about, like data scientists, who have knowledge about working with data, how it needs to be,
But you also mean domain knowledge, like specific really for specific industries?
Both of them. So domain knowledge is there, but then the domain knowledge is lying with people who have been in this industry for 20, 30 years. They don't want this change to come, kind of. So it's a difficulty in, convincing them that it's for the better good of the organization. So, and the third, like I said, is the skill. So now you have to bring data scientists, put them together with the domain knowledge, subject matter experts, and facilitate somehow that they work together in a friendly way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And that's challenging enough.
Yes.
Okay, so you work at Karsten Moholt. So how has your company, how its experience has been with ensuring maintenance strategies in a digital era?
Karsten Moholt, we started almost 70 years back. And so till 1970s, 1980s, people were running machine to failure, right?
Yes.
So, and we were getting a lot of machines in our workshops. That was good for us. Then they started stopping machines every, 5 years, 3 years. So, and that's called like preventive maintenance.
Yes.
And from that point until late 1990s and early 2000s, condition monitoring technology came along. And Karsten Moholt adapted. We started a condition monitoring department. And at that time, I still remember my colleague sharing that info that at that time, everybody was like, we will lose our jobs. All the mechanics were like, now because of condition monitoring, less machines will come to the workshop and we will lose jobs. But that didn't happen. Now what we are seeing is condition monitoring is generating revenue, which is almost parallels with our workshop department. And now with digital technologies, we have a lot of data from condition monitoring and a lot of customers who are moving towards predictive maintenance and digital transformation. So we are working with them in order to use the data and use the technologies and predictive analytics to make a one-stop shop solution where they can get what's wrong with the machine and what they need to do. Not only what's wrong with the machine.
Yeah,
because it's very important to get the whole solution. What do I need to do to stop this machine from failing? That's what they're most interested in. Right?
From your perspective, from your experience, for those organizations that are still juniors in the area that, or have still not started but considering, of course, applying data-driven maintenance, if you would suggest them, what first thing you would suggest to them?
I would suggest first find out where you are. So, right? Because there are different levels. Have you been doing visual inspections, like going to the machine, touching, finding out if the machine is running right or wrong? Is this the culture in your organization for, like you say, predictive maintenance? Because you're still sensing, but with your human senses. Or are you going with instruments manually, taking the data? Or do you have actually real-time monitoring, where the sensors are sensing data to every 24/7, 365. So where you are in this journey. After that, start projects which are more agile. So try to learn and fail as fast as possible, because that's how you will build models which are successful. Right?
So agility is the key.
Yeah, I think agility is the key here.
One last question, if I may. What is the prediction about this topic in the near future?
I think
Can we predict?
I think so. We will see more and more companies venturing towards predictive maintenance, because it has been in the, mainstream for a while now, almost 2 to 3 years. This has become a buzzword. If you check the Google Trends for digital transformation or predictive maintenance, it has increased almost 400% in the last 3-4 years.
Yes.
So I see that more and more companies will venture into this. After talking to some of the people here, it seems like unsupervised learning will have a big role to play as well, not only supervised learning. And so maybe in the future you will see autonomous machines maintaining themselves, sending us a message that there was a problem with me and I've scheduled the mechanic, you don't have to worry.
And here's the report.
Exactly.
Okay. Ashutosh, thank you very much. It was really a pleasure having you today with us, and thank you for conducting this interview.
Likewise. Thanks a lot.